Y'all come on in, sit wherever you want.
Well, so many times people ask us, where do you get your recipes? And that's a very good question. Sometimes we get them from cookbooks, some of our favorite cookbooks, but a lot of times we find our recipes that are handed down to us from our grandmothers, our great-grandmothers, our aunts, or sometimes even our uncles, believe it or not.
Yeah.
So today we have a very special treat for you. This is a meal that came from your aunt.
Yep, my aunt. Yeah, it was my Aunt Ann Carnahan that lives in Michigan. Me and my husband and kids went up there one year, and she has a lot of kids too. She has like 6 kids.
Wow.
Anyway, I said, what are we gonna make, Aunt Ann, for all these kids tonight? And she said, I'll make beef stroganoff. And I said, well, I don't know, I've never made it. So we spent that afternoon making beef stroganoff together, and I have absolutely loved it. My kids love it, and it's just really a great dinner. And I cook it a lot in the fall and the winter.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a nice kind of a hearty dish.
Yes. And what's so great about this recipe is that if you have a crock pot, you can put a roast in a crock pot, cook it all day while you're at work, and then when you get home, you're just going to shred it. Or you can buy beef stroganoff, not beef stroganoff, you can buy beef chunks, like beef stew chunks.
Yep.
And then you can just stick them in a big pot, boil them down for 2.5 hours, and then that way because you want the meat to be nice and tender.
So that's what we did here. You
Yep.
took a chuck roast.
Yep.
And you boiled it
down
for quite a while, for 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah.
And then you just shred it with your hands,
Right.
so it's nice and tender and
Yep.
little bite-sized pieces.
Yep.
Okay, so after you've done that, we're going to add this to this pot, because
Right.
then we're going to go ahead and mix a bunch of things in
Sure.
with it.
Yep.
Okay.
We sure are.
This isn't too hot, so we'll just
Yeah.
go ahead and do this here. That's a lot of meat. And this amount right here, this is probably just a standard chuck roast.
Yeah.
This will serve at least 10 people by the
Oh
time
gosh,
you get done with it.
yeah, at least. And so after you get done with that, you're gonna boil off some extra wide noodles. Make sure they're extra wide. And then once they get cooked down, I do a whole pack. And then once they get cooked down, then you're gonna stick them in your meat.
Okay.
So we can go ahead and do that if you wanna go ahead and
Sure thing.
put them all there.
Oops.
It's super easy recipe. The meat's time consuming, but once you get the meat done and the noodles boiled off, it takes no time at all.
Well, and like you said, you can also do the crock pot things while you're gone at work.
And then you're gonna take a couple big cans of the cream of mushroom soup and dump them in there, yep.
Okay.
And then you're gonna take a couple cups of milk and dump that in there.
Turn our burner on here.
And then you're
this?
gonna, it's probably about a cup and a half probably of the sour cream.
Okay. So you just dump all these in here.
You do.
So you're talking 5 ingredients at most.
And then you're gonna take some kitchen bouquet and you're gonna take that and you're gonna dump that, and that just kind of gives it some color too. I don't measure, I just pour it in there until it
Can I
gives
do
it
the
that.
salt and pepper?
Oh God. I'm scared.
So we just season it just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little.
You could put some garlic in here too. I bet that would be good.
It probably would be good.
Yeah, some
Yeah. Oh, pepper. Lots of pepper. And so you're gonna take that and you're just gonna stir it together really, really good. And it's gonna be nice and creamy. And you're gonna stick it back on the stove. And you're just gonna, you don't wanna turn it up too high because it'll burn really quick. So you wanna keep it down low. And then this is what it's gonna look like when it's done.
Oh my gosh, it smells really good.
It's gonna be nice and creamy, and it's all, see how that looks? And it's so, look, you can see the steam because we just got done making this batch. So isn't that beautiful?
Gorgeous.
And you got your chunks of meat in there.
Super
it is
nice.
just really good. And then make a nice dinner roll with
Absolutely.
it. And it feeds for so many. So it's really great.
Well, we have some guests here today. They are from Illinois, and this man and his wife, they're very talented. Come on up here, Robert and Pam. So good to have you guys. Come on in close. We won't bite. Good to see you. Y'all doing well?
Yes.
Hi, Pam. Good to see you. So Robert made Marcy a beautiful bench out of handcrafted wood, and you did some carving in it, and he made one for Rory and I as well for our new big barn. And Pam, did you have anything to do with it too?
Just the ideas.
Just the ideas?
Oh,
so
that's
you were the
great.
brains behind
There
it.
you go.
Yeah.
There you go. It takes two, doesn't it?
Yes, yes.
Well, good. That's called couple power.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's what Roy and I call it anyway. So go ahead and
Give
try
it a
this
try.
and see if you like that, and then you can try it. So what part of Illinois are you from?
From the southern part.
Southern part?
Southern part, yes.
Okay. Good, good.
Isn't that good?
Now, do y'all have a big family back home?
We have 2 girls.
We have two
Two
girls,
daughters?
That's great.
granddaughters.
4 granddaughters.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, good. Well, I imagine maybe you could try this dish at your place.
Yeah, try
See
it.
if
Love
your
it.
kids
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it.
They would love it.
Yeah.
Well, thank y'all for joining
Thank
us
you.
today.
And
Thanks
thank
again
you.
for the
Thank
benches, too.
Yes, thank you for the bench.
Good
I
seeing
love
you all.
it.
Well, there you have it,
Yep.
folks. That's our beef stroganoff right here at Marcy Jo's, where we're changing lives.
One bite at a time.